there everybody, how the devil are you? It's Jamie here and a very warm welcome to you all to Travel Blog Jamie. I'm currently sailing on board Princess Cruise Line's Caribbean Princess on a 2-week cruise in search of the Northern Lights. In this episode, I'm going to give you a full tour and review of my standard inside cabin. It is officially the longest I've ever spent in an inside cabin. So here are all the pros and the cons. Alrighty, let's start. Location. We are located on our deck, that's deck 14, forward and port side. There are 4 elevators here and 2 staircases. The cabin is located to the left as you come out of the elevators and then to the right. Let's head on that way. Riviera deck is where you'll mostly find passenger cabins as well as the terrace pool. It's also within very easy reach of many of the outdoor facilities. Okay, let's see if R236 is a good choice of cabin. If you are prone to motion or seasickness, this might not be the best location for you. It's high up and it's forward, so in the event of moderate to rough seas, you might feel some motion of the ocean. Okay, spot my cabin / stateroom. Yeah, I've got my magnets out, I've got some shameless product placement there, and no, I haven't got any pineapples before you say anything. Right, door should unlock automatically. It recognizes when your medallion is nearby. There we are, door unlocked. Oh, look, it's me. Right, you are welcome to come in and have a peep around. I know you're a nosy lot, really. By the way, depending on your country of residence, you can have your medallion, i.e. your device used to access the ship, your cabin to make purchases, delivered home, or you can collect it at the cruise terminal. Nobody puts Jamie in the, well, I put myself in the corner because I want to give you a sense of space as soon as you come into this cabin, my darlings. I have to say, for a standard cabin on a 20-year-old ship like Caribbean Princess, I'm pretty happy with the level of space and the practicalities of this cabin. I will say that from the outset. Firstly, and very importantly, the AC unit. Well, it's always on, so all you can do is control the temperature. And since I'm on an Arctic Circle cruise, I felt Arctic temperatures were very much in order. You can have your cabin / stateroom configured how you wish. So this is a twin configuration, and as you can see, there's plenty of space in between these 2 beds, or you could have them joined together as a double configuration, in which case you would have space either side and enough space to walk either side. It's worth pointing out you can store luggage under the beds. There's enough space there, but I have the megalodon of suitcases, so it needs to be butterflied to fit underneath. I've actually popped it around the corner in the walk-in closet. I think we can all agree this is quite a classic traditional look and feel for a cabin of a grand class ship like Caribbean Princess. In comparison to some of the newest cruise ships out there and their standard inside cabins, I have to say this, first of all, does have bigger square footage than some of those, but also the configuration of furniture here and those huge mirrors really does help to add to the sense of space and light, and I'm not kidding. As far as comfort level goes, well, these mattresses are on the, I'd say, medium to soft side. I've had great night's sleep in here, and the pillows very nice and soft, envelop your gorgeous little heads. We have a headrest here as well, so if you're into your head banging, you're probably not going to injure yourself too much, actually. In between the beds, we've got 2 good sized lamps, a number of switches here so you can operate the lighting whilst you're in bed, which is always much appreciated. By the way, these treats and Pringles do not come with your cabin. You'll have to purchase those yourselves. 2 good sized bedside units with shelves, and in total, we've got 4 decent sized drawers there. I know some of you out there really appreciate having outlet sockets next to your bed to charge your devices and easy access to your phones through the night. Unfortunately, there aren't any next to these beds. It's not my fault. I didn't design these cabins. And of course, the big question, can you see the television from the beds? You absolutely can. Not only that, this is a very good sized television for a standard inside cabin and a ship of this age. It's also on brackets, so therefore is maneuverable. And you know I love a bit of maneuverability. Alrighty, and a peep at the cabin from the back wall, so you can get a sense of the actual space here. And directly in front of the beds, we have our desk slash vanity area. Now, what I will say, again, lots of mirrors here. Look at the size of this one. If you are someone who perhaps worries a little about feeling claustrophobic in an inside cabin, I would ask you to reconsider, especially if you're on a budget, because they can work out excellent value. These kind of cabins, I feel, really do help create that sense of space perhaps you're worried about lacking. Just my opinion, of course. Well, I think this is a great size length in terms of workstation or vanity area. Got my laptop here. This is where I've been storing all my Princess Padders. So these are your guides as to what's on and when around the ship each day. We've got a telephone here, which is very handy for contacting guest services. Perhaps you'd like some room service. You can actually do that on the Princess app, or you can use the telephone. You might be wondering what these are. Well, I'm an elite member, sorry to sound pretentious, so I get a mini bar set up on boarding. You can specify the kind of drinks you would like. Now, most Princess ships do not come with kettle and tea and coffee making facilities. My cabin steward asked me if I wanted this, and of course I said yes. I'm from the UK, of course they want that. You can also order it via the Princess app. And let's go down, directly underneath. Yep, we have our fridge. It's not a bad size, actually. Oh, I've got ice today. I didn't even know that he brought that. He's so thoughtful. Thank you very much. So plenty of space in there. There's no freezer compartment, just in case you're wondering. In this direction, we have 3 drawers. Oh, me smalls. Plus 3 narrow but very handy shelves nonetheless. So again, I would say this is a very practical and good size workstation slash vanity area. One of the downsides of this cabin, certainly as it stands and before going in for a refit, is there aren't many outlets slash sockets. So as you can see, there are 2 US sockets here. So if you're from the UK, make sure you bring your adapters. And I noticed another here next to the television. As you can see, there is enough shelf space up here if you wanted to use that to charge some of your devices. And look at this, my darlings. We've got a plastic Arama hairdryer literally attached to the wall. Retro Arama. Let's test it out. All right. Oh, it looks like something you club someone to death with, doesn't it? Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I'm just joking. You know that, don't you? There are 2 speed settings, and it doesn't look like there are any heat settings at all. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure I want to use this on myself. It looks like a torture device. Low setting. High setting. Oh, I could do that all day. First class? Probably 3rd class. If you've got a big bush, I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to dry that one, I'm afraid, my darlings, so you might want to bring your own. Oh, by the way, each evening your cabin steward or stewardess will actually do a turn down, a quick freshen up of your cabin slash stateroom. They'll also leave one of these stateroom breakfast menus. Now then, my darlings, you don't need to pay any extra for this, so fill your boots, fill your pantyhose, order what you will, and pop this outside your cabin before you retire for the night. Aside from breakfast, what room service is on offer? Don't you worry, I've got you covered. The easiest way of ordering room service, in my opinion, is downloading the Princess app. Simply click on the relevant categories and start placing your orders. You'll notice most of the dishes on offer are complimentary. Any surcharges will be clearly labelled as such. Be aware that there's a $5 trade charge for each order. That does not include breakfast. Breakfast remains complimentary. In addition, if you have the Princess Plus or Premier packages, you won't need to pay for your trade charge. I personally feel that there's a good range of dishes on offer here, and unlike some cruise lines, you can actually order dishes from specialty restaurants as well. Here you can see some of the options from specialty restaurants The Crown Grill, which is a steakhouse, and Sabatini's, specialising in Italian fare. Lastly, you can order pizza between 11 AM and 11 PM. Gluten-free options are also available. And yes, I've made good use of that. Here's a quick peek. Oh, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. I've literally just had coffee, banana, and a bread roll delivered. Princess Life Force. And cheeseburger and fries. Chicken noodle soup looks nice. Don't forget that using the Princess app, you can also order and have beverages delivered to your stateroom. There's also a tab on the Princess app for stateroom amenities. These are all complimentary and will be delivered directly to your stateroom. Now then, I have done my research, and some of you have been telling me that the mirror is low enough for you to be able to sit properly and do your makeup without any undue problems. Down here underneath these bedside units, by the way, we have movement sensitive lighting. That's right. So if you get up in the middle of the night to go for your wee-wees or your poo-poos or whatever, these will illuminate. They're not too bright, and you'll be able to make your way to the bathroom without breaking your neck. They then gently lower and dissipate within about a minute. And my lovelies, there you have the bedroom area. What do we think for a standard inside? Okay, it's time to head to the walk-in closet / wardrobe area and the bathroom. Well, this light is also motion sensitive, so this will come on automatically when you come into this area. There's a good amount of hanging space here. If you want more hangers, no problem, just ask your cabin steward or stewardess or order them on the app. Above, we have a very, very good size and long shelf. Actually, this is also where you'll find your life jackets or vests, and of course there's lots of ground space here for your shoes, your slippers. I've popped my case in the corner here. It fits beautifully. There's also a cupboard here with shelving. These are good size, deep shelves. You've also got your in-cabin safe. I've brought, as I always do, my crease releaser. Spray it on your clothes, helps to release the creases, but just don't get it on the floor, otherwise you'll slip over and end up being airlifted off the ship. As you can see, plenty of shelf spaces here. If you have packing cubes, it's the perfect place for them. I do have packing cubes, I've just used them elsewhere. We also have a near floor to ceiling mirror just as you come into the cabin / stateroom as well. So as I said, plenty of mirrors here. Right, are you ready for the retro plastic Arama bathroom? I don't think you can handle this. Ta-da! Okay, so yes, it is certainly one of the more classic traditional cruise ship bathrooms. It's plastic Arama, but it does have a little bit of baby blue for a splash of colour. Oh my goodness, this is where you're going to put your one cheek, two cheeks, rah rah rah. But please don't get sucked in, no, no, no. That would be very, very bad for you. As I often do nowadays, a toilet test, i.e. how much room is there for your legs if you're on the John? Well, I'm kind of average height. It's not bad. Now, what do you think? You know, if you're like 6 foot something, would this be problematic for you, or will you be okay? Please let me know. You could go on your side, but that could end up in disaster, couldn't it, my darlings? You know I'm a big fan of having the toilet paper right next to you. If it's behind, you're going to pull a muscle, especially at my age. Oh, we've got more down there as well. God bless, more toilet paper. As you can see, we've got a good sized shelf below the sink basin. I like the amount of space around that. Oh look, you could actually do your hair or your makeup whilst you're on the John if you really wanted to, couldn't you? Again, lots of mirrors here. We've got a shaving point here, and as you can see, 3 shelves for all your toiletries. And yes, I'm a massive fan at the moment of Rituals products, in particular their deodorants, shampoos, body washes, reed diffusers, everything. Products included Lotus Spa, eucalyptus and sea salt, body lotion and hand soap. It does actually smell quite nice as well, I must admit. And behind and behold the dreaded shower curtain. It's actually not bad at all. It's one of those textures that doesn't cling, so I don't really have a problem with it, if I'm honest with you. The shower itself, plastic rubber, you're going to get 1 3/4 people in there. What I will tell you about this shower, as old as it looks, is it's incredibly powerful and very hot if you want it to be. I have literally had some of the longest showers in my entire life in here, relaxing, nearly falling asleep at one point. Had to hold on to this at one point. I didn't realise I was going to go over. And yes, up here we've got the classic washing line. I know some of you like drying your shorts, your knickers, whatever. Ding, ding, ding. There's a small shelf here as well. And yes, look again, Rituals. The Ritual of Sakura, foaming shower gel, mousse de douche, rice milk and cherry blossom. It's absolutely delicious. No, you don't eat it. Can you smell that? It's gorgeous. And shampoo, shower gel, again Lotus Spa, eucalyptus and sea salt. The question, as always, are you going to manage with a bathroom like this? Only you can answer that question. Me, personally, I'm fine with it. This is a nice touch, isn't it, folks? So what you'll find hanging up in your cabin / stateroom is a princess bag. Very handy if you're going up on deck and you want to pack your towel, your sun cream, not that we'd need it on this particular cruise. And I believe you can keep these as well. Also hanging up, you'll find details about the laundry service available to you and prices. Don't forget, if you are an elite member, you can have your laundry done for free. That's where mine is right now. I'm not washing any clothes when I get home. And it's back. However, if you'd rather do your own laundry, don't you worry, because there are a number of laundrettes on board. Let's go and have a peep at one, shall we? Alrighty, so our laundromat, as they call it, I'm sorry, I called it a laundrette, didn't I? Mid-aft. I can see there's one on deck 5 and decks 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, as well as this 14. Oh, this is exciting, folks. Does it have everything you need? I mean, I don't know. Matthew does the washing in this marriage. Alrighty, you got to buy your tokens. I think I can manage that. Then insert your detergents and softeners. I got this. But get me out of here. Now, I think the facilities on this television are fabulous. I really do, especially for a ship of this age. You can live and learn P&O, Azura and Ventura. So first of all, you can check your location out. There we are. We are making our way back to Southampton as we sail. The guest services channel with all the information about what's taking place on the ship and hours of operation. Vibe for information about entertainment. Explore for information about shore excursions and destinations. Palette to have a look at all the menus on board the various restaurants and eateries. Movies and TV, well, no guess there. Can I just say the movies, the films are available. There's a great range and you don't have to pay any extra to watch these. Take note, MSC cruises. Browse your future cruise options. You can even indicate your room status, whether you would like your stateroom serviced or privacy. And there you have my tour of a standard inside cabin on board Caribbean Princess. Of note, this model of standard inside cabin you'll find identical on the Grand Class ships. Perhaps the decor will be a little bit different, but the layout, the configuration will be like this. Now, this happens to be my last day on board. I wanted to film this at the very end of the fortnight to see if I would indeed manage and be happy with a standard inside cabin for such a long time. The answer is yes. This one in particular has felt spacious enough for me and certainly practical in terms of its usage that I've been very comfortable. I can't tell you whether you would feel claustrophobic in a cabin slash stateroom like this, because it affects people very differently and at different times. I can only tell you my own experience, which is I haven't felt that this is too small for me or claustrophobic even once. The decor and colour schemes are not personally to my taste, I'll admit that. However, I value space, cleanliness and practical usage far above a colour scheme. Now, I'm not prone to motion or seasickness, so the location higher up and forward is absolutely fine for me. Not only that, it's very close to the forward staircase and elevators. Plus, if I were to walk directly towards the aft of the ship on this deck, I would arrive at the terrace pool, the terrace bar, and also the buffet. Winning! The storage space in these older cabins I think also works brilliantly for longer cruises. When the refit occurs, I absolutely would like to see a freshen up of the colours, more outlets slash sockets as well, preferably by the beds. This has also been a very quiet location, apart from me with my yada 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 yada. No noise from above, below or either side. Here's my main gripe with this cabin, however, which is why I personally wouldn't want to stay in here again. Every now and then, on the odd occasion, I've come back to the cabin, or indeed I've woken up at night and I've been able to smell cigarette smoke very clearly. And I can only assume coming through the vents. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of the smell, okay? I'm not judging anybody out there. I just don't like the smell, and I don't like it in my bedroom area. So yes, I reported it on numerous occasions, only to be told by the supervisor and my cabin steward that they couldn't smell anything. Indeed, there is a smoking area on leader deck, port side, just above me. Could that have anything to do with it now and then? Smoking is also allowed in a large area of the casino on board, which also happens to be towards the front of the ship. Could that have anything to do with what I have experienced? I am a little bit disappointed that some of the crew did not take this a bit more seriously, and their resolution was to provide some air freshener. I'd absolutely stay in a cabin like this again without question, even for longer. But it wouldn't be this cabin with the occasional smell of smoke. That's just not for me, I'm afraid. What do you think? Drop your comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much as we head towards 33,000 subscribers. Today's shoutouts go to my gorgeous tiers 3, 4 and 5 patrons. And oh my goodness gracious me, my darlings, you too could become a patron. Just search patreon.com/travelblogjamie. For your personalized video messages, just search cameo.com/travelblogjamie. Thanks for watching, and don't forget we can follow each other on Facebook, Jamie W. Robbins, X, Threads and Instagram at travelblogjamie, and of course right here, right now on YouTube.